How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm getting ready to go live here in just a few moments. So if you aren't ready yet, just go ahead and get ready. I got a lot of information to go over with you guys. There's been a lot of moves going on in the cryptocurrency, a lot of uh, acquisition moves being made on the stock market. So this is a good time to before we get started, to get you something to drink, get you something to snack, get relaxed so you can definitely enjoy the information I'm about to bring you guys this evening. If you're watching, if you're listening, go ahead and take the time to hit like, love, react, share the show. We definitely want to get the word out. This is a new show targeted for those that want to learn about investing. So we're going to give it about another 2 minutes here real quick as we wait for some people to hop on the stream, and then we'll get this show on the road. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop your questions in the comments. My goal is to try to give you guys a trader's perspective on what you can do to help lock in gains and prevent losses. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to get started. Again, if you got any questions, comments, any tips, any questions about any investment moves or stock moves or cryptocurrency moves, definitely drop them in the comments, and I will definitely do my best to give you guys an informed uh, information. How y'all doing tonight again? My name is Samuel Hill, and thank you for tuning in and watching Black Money Market News. Before we get started, I want to make sure you guys check out the information at the bottom of the screen if you want to support Black Money Market News and help us grow our platform to bring you more news up to date about the stock market, cryptocurrencies, and more. Definitely think about becoming a Patreon or you're making a donation to our organization. So I want to get started by going over some of the major moves in the markets today. Dow Jones Industrial Average was roughly flat, up 1749 to 2349. S&P 500 was up 0.10%. Nasdaq was also up $6.66. No devil, or 0.10% as well. Bitcoin was up 0.61% to 7190. And if you're into Bitcoin, I'm definitely going to bring you some more information you would want to catch up on that with the major moves that happened over the weekend. Gold was down slightly, down $1.20. The euro, versus USD was roughly flat, and the VIX was a slight gainer today, but definitely lower than the spike we saw Friday. So, in the news over the weekend, if you are a follower, if you're an investor, if you're a trader of Bitcoin, you definitely saw a lot of volatility and a lot of movement going on. And just to give you guys a little 411 about what was going on with the Bitcoin market. Wednesday of last week, there was indications that the fork was going to not happen. So up until the fork not happening, there was a lot of buying going on. So you had a lot of buyers buying up the Bitcoin due to when there's a fork that is going to split the chain, you will get extra coins in that new coin that's developed from the splitting the chain. So you had a lot of buyers buying into Bitcoin, expecting the split. And then on Thursday, you had the announcement that the CME, the Chicago Merchant Exchange, the major futures exchange, was going to start carrying Bitcoin futures. So that caused it to spike up to the all-time high just below 7,900. Shortly after that, the people started realizing, well, we're not getting the free coins since they weren't doing the fork. So you had a lot of people that had bought up Bitcoin just for that news started selling their positions. Then it hit a key point once it hit that $6,000 level. I call it a lot of people call it the law of big round numbers. Once it hit that $6,000 level, a lot of downward pressure was applied, probably due to a lot of stop limit orders being fulfilled at that big round number of 6,000, driving the price all the way down to 5,400 in minutes. Again, the law of big round numbers. Once it hit that $5,500 mark, there was a lot of upside buy market orders that were processed, and so the price recovered fairly quickly. And right now, it's trading in a range between about 6,000 and 6,700. So until it breaks out of this range, we don't really, it's kind of hard to really say where it's going to go. My prediction is it's going to go back up in the short term, probably until the next fork or major news event comes out. So if you were in the Bitcoin market, you saw a lot of those changes going on, a lot of that price movement. And if you were, paying attention to some of the levels that I was calling out throughout the weekend, you definitely could have locked in some of those 20%, 30% moves and locked in some good gains. So that's what kind of happened on the Bitcoin side itself. You also had some major moves in Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has been kind of roughly flat after the big volatility when it first came out in August. So over the last few weeks, you've seen a lot of momentum building behind Bitcoin Cash. You had a lot of people saying that Bitcoin Cash was going to overtake Ethereum and then overtake Bitcoin. And for a while, the market cap did overtake Ethereum. So Ethereum had lost that second place running for a few moments over the weekend, but it kind of crashed back down. If you are in the cryptocurrencies, you definitely want to make sure you understand technical analysis and how to read charts and understand your levels of support and understand your levels of resistance, because that is the only way you're really going to be able to ensure your gains and ensure that you aren't really losing your head on those markets. So if you're in Bitcoin, you'll know the risk involved. Definitely do your due diligence whenever you're talking about cryptocurrency or any types of investment. Thank Angela, thank you April, thank you Courtney for joining in and watching the show. And if you're watching right now, thank you too. Again, you got questions or comments, drop them in the comments and we'll get to them throughout the show. In other market news, in today, you saw a relatively flat day of the market due to two main reasons. there was a lot of downward pressure on the market with GE cutting its dividend today. GE slashed their dividend in half. For the dollar amount, it is the largest dividend cut in history outside of the 2009, financial crisis. Their dividend cut was the largest ever. Um, the other downward pressure that the market was trying to deal with was just the uncertainty behind the uh, tax reform. Tax reform has been one of the major key drivers of the market for the last couple of weeks. There hasn't been too much, movement, made by Congress, but they are making some progress. But until tax reform is really passed and set in stone, whenever there's indications of it may not happen, you will see kind of this cap on the market and where it could go onto the upside. Thanks for tuning in, Nike. I see you watching, and everyone else watching too. Again, if you guys got questions or comments, drop them in the comment section below. That was kind of what was overhanging on the market, but you still had a positive day. The bull market is in still full effect. So if you are investing in the market, definitely is a good time to be in. Today was a good time to make some smart moves and educated moves. Always do your due diligence when you're investing. Other big news. There was a lot of M&A activity. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull up some of these news articles real quick. Give me a second, folks. But M&A news over the weekend, right before the weekend, Broadcom was a possible trying to take over Qualcomm, and then Qualcomm announced today that they were definitely looking to get a little bit more bang for their buck. So they kind of nudged that back at the current $130 billion price point that Broadcom was offering. Definitely would expect Broadcom to make a counter offer and possibly make some moves at the board. So if you are into this semiconductor space, that will be good news if that deal goes through and as that pricing negotiation happens to get that price to where they all are happy. Also in news, in M&A news, you had Mattel announcing Hasbro announcing it was trying to take over Mattel. So that'll be some consolidation in the toys. So that would definitely bring some changes there. Mattel's been kind of flat over the last few years and took a very large hit when Toys R Us had announced their bankruptcy. So Hasbro's taking a look at this opportunity to kind of consolidate the market and get some growth into under their wing. Let's take a look here. Also, M&A news: Brookfield announces a $23 per share offer on GGP, General Growth Properties. So some consolidation in the mall and retail market, which would be good news for retail. Kind of taking some of that extra slack that's extra inventory in the market and kind of consolidating it. Buffalo Wild Wing made a big move tonight on the news that a private equity firm, Roark Capital Group, has made an offer for $2.3 billion to buy Buffalo Wild Wings, driving their price up as much as 28% in after hours market. So definitely stay tuned if you have Buffalo Wild Wings stock. It's been a pretty good performer up until the last about year or so. Due to the pricing of chicken wings going up and some lower traffic at their stores. Other big news: Alibaba broke its record, doubled up in singles day sale, amassing $25.3 billion in sales in just 24 hours. That number doubles what the US did for Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales combined. So last year, Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales were roughly $12.8 billion. And then again, Alibaba get a record-breaking $25.3 billion in sales over during their Singles Day event. So if you're owning Alibaba, definitely has been some good news there. In other market news, we have some earnings reports coming up. So this week, big earnings news are going to be coming out of Home Depot. They're announcing their earnings before the bell tomorrow. Also coming up in earnings news this week. Pulling up some more of my information now. Bear with me, folks. There it is. Home Depot announces before earnings. Cheniere Energy, the big liquid natural gas company, had earnings before tomorrow's opening. Advanced Auto Parts and Dick's Sporting Goods. So those big retailers are announcing tomorrow as well. After the close, some smaller brands, but YY and Matcom are both announcing tomorrow after the close. And on Wednesday, Target announces before earnings their earnings, and Sally Beauty announces their earnings before the open. And then in tech, Cisco and NetEase both announced their earnings after the close. And L Brands, all you limited and Victoria's Secret lovers will definitely be paying attention to those earnings after the bell as well. So some good retail indicators are coming out soon. Definitely will stay tuned to see what those earnings reports will bring. Also this week, in economic news, really just business inventories and crude inventories coming up on Wednesday. Mortgage application coming up on application index coming up on Wednesday, and natural gas inventories coming in on Thursday. So definitely some good economic indicators, as well as building permits and housing starts coming in on Friday. So definitely some good economic indicators coming up in the next few days. So definitely stay in tune to those. If you guys have any other questions or comments, definitely go ahead and drop them below. But I think this will be wrapping up our third episode now of Black Money Market News. I hope these shows are informative to you guys. Again, the goal of this show is just to help bring you guys news and keep you guys up to date to moves in the market and how you can use it to make smart investment decisions. Once again, make sure you like the page. If you haven't already liked the page, drop us some love and some likes and some reactions to the video. Share the video. Next week, I will be announcing a contest where I'll be giving out some Bitcoin, just giving away some free Bitcoins for the person that shares the show the most. So stay tuned for more details about that coming up. So definitely want to watch the next few episodes of this week as I'm giving you more information about that upcoming contest. Once again, my name is Samuel Hill, and thank you for watching Black Money Market News.